Hello and welcome to Deep Dive with DEVGRU Networks. My name is Mike Coker. I'm your host. And today I have my good friend Edgar Lombera.
Thanks, Mike.
How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you.
We've known each other for a long time now. What has it been? Almost 15 years.
Yeah.
We go back. We have done a lot of deployments, a lot of, like you always say, we've worked in different capacities. I think I've worked for you for me. We've been peers. We've done all kinds of stuff. I don't want to call myself a peer with you. I will never reach the Edgar status, but that's all good. Thank you for coming. Glad to have you. I'm excited to have this discussion, go through a bunch of topics, and just trying to give the user the technical know-how and kind of, why we use these things and how it applies in their environments. And so I'm sure a lot of this will apply to a lot of people. Some of it might not, but maybe it will in the future. So what is EVPN-VXLAN and why do we need it?
Thank you. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, I really like the way you kind of set that up. A lot of times we like to talk about the what and the hardware and the switches and the vendors, and that's really cool. I love that. But what really excites me is the why. Why are we doing these sort of things? And EVPN is an excellent example of that. In short, I'll just say, what is EVPN? Well, it's essentially a layer 2 provider provision VPN technology, right? And I'll talk a little bit more of what makes that happen. But what's exciting about it is why. Why does it even exist? And EVPN is, like I said, a capstone because it's kind of the culmination of an evolution of networking technology that's been happening over the last maybe 10, 15 years, that has taken networking technology from a kind of rudimentary kind of doing business as usual, stuff sitting in a broom closet somewhere, to an important asset to how companies and businesses operate, work, an important part of their business just generally, It enables the idea of the network, not just being plumbing, but, you're actually delivering services, and services that customers value, that business goals depend on.
Yeah.
And that's really what EVPN is, and all its underlying pieces. Like I mentioned, this idea of a provider provisioned VPN. This is essentially a concept similar to what happened in computing, where you used to have servers, hardware servers, and you ran software on them, and that was fine. But it really didn't change the world until the idea of virtual machines and VMware and those sort of things kind of boom, just like the doors are open. It's like no holds barred. We're building things faster than ever before, delivering more value from our investment in IT infrastructure. Very similar to what provider provision VPN framework architectures did. And there's 3 basic pieces to it. There's the transport mechanisms. How do you actually move data? There's the control plane aspect of how do you, deploy, manage, control services that you build with it, and then ultimately how it ties in to your business, right? How do these networking services ultimately return value to the business?
Yeah, and that's a lot of customers, or the discussions that we are having with these customers is exactly that, how you can use these technologies to become profitable and make
Absolutely.
money, selling the services to their own customers, right?
Mm-hmm. So. That's right. In the past, you and I have worked a lot with service providers or adjacent to service providers, where the network infrastructure was their business. I mean, that is the machine that they use to generate revenue and deliver value. And you and I have together also brought these technologies and seen them grow in popularity and in importance to beyond the service provider into enterprise networks. Why? Because it's a real investment. It costs a lot of money, it costs a lot of effort. You want to squeeze the most out of that. And that's just as good for an enterprise as it is for a service provider. Mm-hmm. And hence we see this rise in popularity of things like layer 3 VPNs and EVPNs in this case, and all the little parts underneath that make that happen, from VXLAN transport, MPLS, and traffic engineering. Even more importantly, things like the structure of your data center, leaf spine, and the underlying pieces underneath that, even multi-homing and all active and all these other things. It's all about squeezing the most value out of your investment and delivering services that are valued downstream by the business consumers, by the applications that require it, et cetera. So yeah, that's EVPN, a VXLAN is a layer 2 provider provisioned VPN structure. And it exists because it provides flexibility, it provides scalability and resilience to a data center infrastructure.